Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. This is the new YouTube channel. It's no different to the other one, really. It's just on a different platform, different way the administration is done. It's all to do with stuff that's way beyond me. But today, we're all hoping that the guy that's gone missing in Mozambique is found. He's presumed to be in trouble with the ISIS raising their heads. I don't know if he's a British subject out there. Of course, let's hope that we send a team of people out to try and find out exactly what's going on there. And also, poor old Eamon Holmes. What's happening, Eamon? You're in agony. Is it your hip? Or what? You've naproxen. Don't take them for more than 3 days, otherwise your stomach explodes and you turn into me. There you go. Well, get well, Eamon. You are a fantastic bloke. And I want to just say something to the fans of Yeovil Town Football Club. How sad I am to hear of the death of one of your young footballers, Ed Martin. Lee Collins, Ed Martin, I'm ever so sorry. Oh no, you're the Charlton fan, we'll be talking about you in a minute. Lee Collins is 31 years of age, who has died. I don't know any of the details. All I know is that Yeovil Town Football Club and the directors and the players are some of the nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of spending time with. And if you ask any of the Charlton fans, there was that fantastic round of applause that the Yeovil fans gave the Charlton fans, because it was the most windy, horrible, wet day in history, and the Charlton fans are up to one end and the rain was blowing in. I'll give you an idea how bad it was. The goalie kicked the ball out, it went up and came back and went out for a corner. That's how bad it was, and everyone was soaked to death. I got a bit of a Twitter thing this morning from a bloke called Ed Martin. He got slagged off a bit by the rest of the people, but he's saying, how can this man ever be allowed back to the valley because of what I said about that school in Pimlico. And I didn't think I said anything bad. I think the children at that school in Pimlico, of which 3/4 of them are of ethnic origin, one should say, because don't know what to say now for getting in trouble. Anyway, they burnt the Union Jack and they shouted, "There ain't no black in the Union Jack." And they also want non-gender uniforms for good measure. Plus they want to rectify the fact that the English queens and kings of England were white. And they want all types of things, and they're demanding it. And this idiot of a headmaster has caved in. Well, hang on, our flag should be protected. So Ed Martin on Twitter, you claim to be a Charlton fan and you claim to speak on behalf of the club, until I hear different from the thousands and thousands of Charlton friends and a brotherhood that tell me I'm not welcome there. Perhaps you ought to think about going somewhere else. So there, Ed. I'd like to say something horrible, but I won't. Everyone's entitled to their opinion and it's free speech. Perhaps you should look at what I said and try and judge it rather than just use your hatred and your leftyisms to try and to stir up more stuff. Okay then, so this is what I'm going to ask now. Are we getting passports to go back to the theatres? I hope not. I hope anybody can get in. We just don't go snogging one another. My shows are all still on, thank God. I'm really looking forward to that, along with my egg. And I hope the boat show is on in Southampton this year. I believe it is. I'm not sure. Perhaps someone who's watching this can let us all know on YouTube that I want to know what's happened, because the amount of immigrants since the beginning of the year has tripled since the previous year. And they come over on these really quite good dinghies. And you see them left in Dover with quite good engines, only used once, 22 mile across the channel. What's happening to them? Surely there's got to be a second-hand brokerage of them, or are we just keeping them there to send them back on it, fill it back with fuel and say, do a 180 and go back. Watch the traffic separation lane on your way. Try and cross it at a proper angle. So, there you go. Are we going to be back to normal? Are we going to need passports? I know, as soon as I can, I'll be back at the Valley. And Ed, you can come and talk to me. I'm in the Centre Circle Lounge with Mark and the boys. Okay? They're only little boys, don't worry. Right, folks, I will see you on Ustream, I believe you don't have to do that bit anymore, ustream.com for my last solo flight of Sunday Night Live. And I hope you all enjoyed the Keith Emerson concert. As I say, it was the worst piece of filming and sound in the world because we were using everyone's mobile phones. Everybody was like this, you know. But we managed to put it together, and a tribute to Keith Emerson. So all of you fans of good music, get onto Ustream and have a look at that. It's called My Friend Keith Emerson. I've been watching myself the other day, and I'm always scratching. I need to go and get myself decooted. That's what I need. All right, folks. Happy Easter. Look at that.